I'm going to a class reunion tonight. But it's not mine. It's it's our friends who graduated the year before me.
Okay.
Well, I can say, I mean, they've both been on the show. Ethan, James, their class.
Oh.
Wait, is this tonight? That's when we're filming, or are you like planning so far ahead? It's
Tonight.
when this is being released.
Oh.
No, when we're recording, yeah. Tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, over a month from now. Yeah, Ethan's he I saw him at work last night. He's like, "Do you want to be my date for the class reunion tomorrow?" I was like, "Sure." So, I'm going as this +1. They didn't. I guess it's their 15, but it's technically their 10th because they didn't get a 10th anniversary because it was 2020.
Okay.
So I was like,
mine happened like the year before COVID.
Right.
So,
yeah. Usually
yeah.
right. Yeah. And I was like, you know, he asked me, and I thought he was joking at first, and then he was like, oh, really? And I was like, oh, I guess so. And then I was thinking, you know, it's kind of like a perfect opportunity for me because I don't think I want to go to my class reunion. But
No,
I like
haven't
the
been to any of
idea.
mine.
Yeah, but I like the idea of it. I don't like to me, it's going to a class reunion in my head has the same energy as like a concentrated dose of like when you go to the grocery store and you see somebody from school or somebody from like around town and you have to do the either like, oh, hi, or even worse, they stop and talk to you. And to me, that's what a class reunion is. It's like, sure, I'll go and, you know, I still have friends that I'm with, but I hang out with them. I don't need a class reunion to
Right.
see them, you know? So it'll be like maybe a few of them, but then also all these people that I know to that degree. And it's just there's going to be a ton of them. And we're all going to have to be like, oh no, I'm going to have small conversations with a bunch of people. But if I'm going to the one before me, maybe none of them will really know me. Maybe like a couple,
right.
but like, so I'll still get to like kind of be in that space, but I'll just get to hang out with my friends and that's it, you know?
You get to watch
perfect.
them squirm. You get to watch them.
It's not
Yeah.
your horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just a spectator. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it sounds fun.
Yes.
It sounds more fun to be the +1 in that scenario.
Yeah.
Is it like the school that hosts reunions, or just like some person has to take initiative?
I think it's not at the school, and I guess in this case it was just kind of a couple of the people from the class were
Yeah.
able to like put together the money for it. I don't know if that's because it is like not like an official class reunion, because again, it's a lot of times they don't do like 15-year anniversaries.
Right.
But that's what I
don't
mean. Do you have
know-
like official class reunions hosted
I don't
by
really
the
know.
school?
I mean, for my 10-year, I think it was just organized by people from the student body. Like it was just like people in my class. They like made a Facebook event, and I think they just
It's all on Facebook now,
through their like various feelers had other people basically reach out to as many people as they could. I think, and then I think they put forward like a donation thing, like, hey, we're renting this space, we're like ordering X amount of food, if you can donate to like kind of cover the costs to do it, like whatever. And I think I went to mine, and it was basically a microcosm of like seeing other people from my grade that I haven't seen in like a decade, basically. And I mean, they were like, it was mostly fine. Like Trevor, who's also been on the show, Trevor and I went, and so we basically hung out by ourselves. And then people that I like never spoke to, or like people that were in like different social circles, would like come up to me like, oh, hey, what's up, how's it going? And I was like, you've never spoken to me in your entire, like, it was hard for me to like get out of the headspace of like I'm like, oh, it's like 2009 again, and I'm like, you're one of the jocks, why are you talking to me? Like one of those kind of things. Like, I'm a band kid, Like, we don't mix socially. What are you doing? And I was like, oh wait, no, we're like adults now. We're like almost in our 30s. What are we doing?
Yeah, you're an adult and you have like
in a way it is kind of nice that it's just like you do maybe like break some of those like stereotypes of how you felt about certain people back then.
Yeah.
Where it's like once you graduate high school and you're kind of thrusted into the real world, you're like it flattens it all out. Where it's just like none of that shit really matters all that much. And it's kind of nice in that way.
Yeah.
But then again, there's like also kids you'll like it's like either like, you know, they went to do like, oh, we got a job and I got a wife and we have kids now, or it's just like prison or dead. So it's like
Dead.
It's nice running into the ones that didn't do prison or dead.
Yeah, especially not running into the dead ones. I'd hate that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy.
Place is haunted.
Yeah. So I'll just be going there as part of the boyfriend experience for Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have fun.
Yeah. And there's food and drinks and stuff, so you know.
Right, so
It's
for
always
free?
good. I believe so, yeah. It's all part of the fundraiser or whatever.
Nice. Then definitely go.
Yeah. And then I literally don't know like what happened with mine, because mine would have also been close enough to where I don't think that we did one because of COVID, because here in America we were still dealing with it the following year.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, or they just didn't invite me. I don't know. It's one of those two.
No, like mine's never been hosted. I think maybe they tried for a 5-year anniversary and then not many people interested.
Yeah, I think they
just
did a
never been.
5-year for my class, but it was literally like I think 20 people did it.
Yeah, everybody's probably
I
like,
don't-
come on.
I don't think it was very. Yeah, also
I just saw you.
Yeah.
we're not far enough removed from this.
I need
Yeah.
more time.
Yeah.
Although in
I-
4 years it'll be 20 years for me, which is insane to think about.
Yeah.
In 3 years, it's 20 years for me.
Wait. No, that wouldn't make sense. Wait,
Wait,
unless you guys
really?
or do you guys
It's different.
Do you do grades different?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So like
I
when did you
graduated.
graduate?
Yeah, because mine's not for 5 years.
It depends what
Yeah.
you count as high school. I counted as like when I was 16, we graduated from it. And then we have 3 more years from 16 to 19
Oh, but is that like
of something else.
post like secondary
Yeah,
or
it's
something
like a
that, or-
post high school thing
Oh.
before university.
Oh, weird. Oh.
Yeah. Well, we haven't done a
Yes.
reunion there either.
Hmm.
But that
Um,
20th would be in 2031.
Okay. Yeah, that would make
Okay.
sense, because I was like, I think we're the same age, so that because that's when mine would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it before Facebook. Like how because that's how I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure they're like all done.
Phone
It's just
book
somebody
and,
makes a
like
Newspapers.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think
Oh
I think
my
they
God.
would put. I think my parents have.
newspaper.
Yeah, I think my parents have like newspaper clipping because my dad is weird about that shit. He would like clip out newspaper clippings about like 10 class of whatever, like 10-year reunion, and it would have like probably like a name and a phone number and address or something, so you could call them and then they'd be like, oh yeah, here are the details, and then maybe word of mouth. It all seems so antiquated, right? Like this is all stuff before phones. Where you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, I have to like call them and like write a letter or something. Ew.
If
That's
I
why
had to
I-
call someone for a reunion, that would
Would
never
never do
happen.
that.
Never.
I know. I don't know how I would have operated in a pre like
Messaging.
computer world, like having to like talk to people. I mean, sure it would adjust in some way, but like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I don't have to.
Like if I have to call a place to place an order for food, I find someplace else. Like no.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If I'm desperate, I'll still call, but I definitely have switched if I find out that like I can just like do it online or whatever.
Yeah.
And even at the grocery shops, like if they don't have self checkout at the grocery store, I'm like, no, I'll go
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Old people
Too much interaction.
Mhm.
old people who are like the opposite, who are like against self checkout. That's like psychotic behavior to me. Like you want to have somebody, because they view it as like, oh, I'm doing their job for them. It's like, no, not like, I don't know.
It is hilarious
that's not the benefit to the benefit
those types
of not
of
having to
people
engage outweighs anything else to me.
The type of old people that are like against self-checkouts because they think that it's like taking jobs away from people. But then it's also like, I think if you were to ask them anything about I don't know, the minimum wage or like how much people should be paid like to live, they'd be like, well, this is a grocery store. This isn't meant to be your career. So like, why should they get good wages? And it's just like, oh, okay. Like, but they pretend
should keep their job.
Yeah, they pretend to be so like, well, they're working. Like, I don't want to take away their jobs. It's like,
yeah,
that's not really like, look at the grocery store company that's like scheduling the least amount of people possible to like save as much money as humanly. I worked in a grocery store for like 5 years. So it's just like, no, it's not the self-checkouts that are making like working conditions bad for grocery store workers.
Mm-hmm.
It is the management. It is the sort of like, I was working part-time and like I would work 39 and a half hours and then they would like make me clock out before I hit 40. Because
they don't want to give you benefits.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
And like this is before, I think now like legally if you work 32, you qualify for benefits now or something like that.
It's 32 or 35 or something like that, which is...
Yeah. But I was
That's
like,
good.
I was like 18 or like 17 or 18 in high school still. And I like worked 39 and a half hours and they're like, you need to go. You need to clock out like now. So they wouldn't have to pay me benefits. But it's the self-checkouts.
To say like, if you work someplace, no matter if you work 1 hour a week, you have a contract, you should get the benefits of that job.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
It's because you're a socialist.
Yeah. You're right.
You should still have that
even
extra
if you don't
room,
have
right,
the
Ida?
job, even if you don't have the job, you should get benefits. So
Yeah.
you should just have, healthcare and
Human
dental care
rights,
and stuff.
basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, no. I'm American, so no. Actually.
No, I'm sorry.
We
I need to
shouldn't.
pull myself up by my own bootstraps because if I was just given stuff and I didn't earn it myself, what is that? Like communism?
I know.
I just choked myself with my bootstraps.
That was pretty
It's
good.
my personal feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of There Will Be Duds. This is episode 194, and I'm your co-host, TJ. And with me, as always.
As always, I am Nick. And as always, closing out the
Can never get
month of correspondent.
No, I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry. I'm
Okay.
I'm pointing towards the people for the viewers. I know this doesn't orient for you guys, but I'm pointing towards.
Oh, okay, good.
I thought you were pointing at your cat.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
I
get
was
it all.
like, what am I not seeing there?
Oh,
And yes, once again, we are joined by our Halloween correspondents, Ida and Peyton. Welcome back
Hello.
to the show.
Hello.
and today, well, yeah, since this is the last one, I'm sure we'll do a little thing at the end. But this is a crammed month for us, but glad that we were able to get everybody on mostly for we were able to get some guests on for all the horror ones. This is one of my favorite times of the year for this. I love themes. I love the theming of horror and like Halloween and stuff. So it's kind of like bittersweet, because it's over. Although it's not even October for us, so I still got a bunch of horror movies to watch on my
It's
free
coming
time.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So this being the last one, it's our dud week. So I picked the one for this year, our horror one for this go around. And the one that we watched is Mazes and Monsters from 1982, directed by Stephen Hilliard Stern. It is about a group of college kids who play a popular role-playing game called Mazes and Monsters. when one of them puts on like an elaborate production in some caves near the college to make it feel more like a LARP, more like real. Kind of, one of them snaps and can't discern reality from fantasy, and he slips into a sort of psychosis, and they try to find him and bring him back to reality. And I am asking me now, why did I pick this one? So a few reasons. I think it got onto my radar initially because of Tom Hanks. That's like the biggest sort of note of this, is it is Tom Hanks's first starring role. I'm always curious about that, like checking out directors' first movies or actors' first movies and stuff. It's just, it's interesting. And then just reading about the whole thing, that it's a Mazes and Monsters it's a riff on Dungeons and Dragons, and the sort of satanic panic adjacentness of it as being like, it's fantasy, it's the devil, it's evil or whatever. And also the real life story that this is based on is near the fourth kind levels of bullshit in like what they do with this story. But it took the real thing was at Michigan State University. So it's very local. It's not like our town or whatever, but it is very near. So very, closely placed. I don't know the phrase I'm looking for. But yeah, in that, like, the actual story is like, basically, I always thought that, like, oh, they at least went down into it wasn't caves. We don't got fucking caves in Michigan. They went into the service tunnels underneath the campus. And I remembered that, like, they played Dungeons and Dragons down there, and that was kind of the tie. But no, it was literally just one guy, apparently like went down there and disappeared. And the only reason that Dungeons and Dragons got tied into it is because people said he had played Dungeons and Dragons in the past. Like he had been known to play it. Him going down there had nothing to do with it. He went down to the service tunnels to kill himself. And then he failed. And then he ended up kind of like hopping around like friends' houses for the next like few months. And I think he ended up killing himself like a year later. But it didn't have anything to do with this. Yes, he had played the game in the past, but he was just depressed. He was like a depressed kid. And it's a sad story. And the fact that they turned this was originally like a book, and it was just kind of blown up because like one of the investigators or something made a comment about that like when he went missing, that he had played Dungeons and Dragons, and the media just took that and were like, he did this, he got murdered or he killed somebody because of Dungeons and Dragons and because of all this. And then this book happened, and then this movie happened, and it's all playing on and hyping up this completely fabricated story about a sad kid that took his life. That's it. It's fucked up.
Do you think
that's how what?
Do you think he was depressed because of Satan, because he was playing Dungeons and Dragons? I think that's the more likely outcome. I think that's really what's going on here. I did not know all of that going into this. Like, I think I maybe read the footnote or whatever, but that's insane. Like, I don't know. I think in the last episode we were kind of talking about like parents latching onto an idea of who like maybe murdered their kids because like the police said so, or like the police like basically like kind of forced a narrative down their throats. The whole satanic panic, like Dungeons and Dragons, all of that shit. This is like a prime example of that. I'm sure you're familiar, TJ, with Chick Tracks, Jack Chick.
Yeah,
they're and it's funny at the bottom of the Wikipedia article for Mazes and Monsters. One of the first see alsos is a film called Dark Dungeons, which was a short film that came out in 2014 that premiered at Gen Con, actually.
Oh, nice.
But it is an adaptation of a Chick tract. So a chick tract, if you guys aren't familiar, is, you know what? Pause. I'm going to go grab it because I have Dark Dungeons. Hold on.
Oh, you do? Oh,
I'm
sweet.
excited.
I'm so excited to be able to talk about these. So chick tracts are these little evil comics that I found this one in the wild that says somebody goofed. And what they are these little like morality tales where basically it'll be like a situation where someone is presented with like a scenario and they have two options, and 9 times out of 10 the person, usually like a teenager, probably a teenage girl, makes the wrong decision and then ends up in hell. Like a lot of the times these comics are just like, you need to repent of your sins and follow the Lord, or else you will burn in hell for eternity.
Question: are they serious or is it like a joke?
100%. There's no.
It's written by like a religious guy, and
Jack Chick. He died, I want to say 2017. Now he's like old as dirt. He lived forever basically. But basically whatever like culture war issue was happening at the time, he would have a little comic about it. And so the Satanic Panic, he wrote one called Dark Dungeons. And literally the way that it works is that like they're playing D&D, and the girl's character dies in the campaign. And so she kills herself in real life. And basically the moral of it is this will happen to your kid if they play Dungeons and Dragons. Like, this is like, it's like they're standing in a pentagram circle. Which spell did you cast, Debbie? I used the mind bondage spell on my father. He was trying to stop me from playing D&D. Like, there's, it's insane. Yeah, and there she is, hanging herself. So, like, you can find all of these online, and I think one of his sons has like continued to make them after his death. The art style is different, and it's not as good. But my favorite thing about these is that like I find them in the most random places. Like this is like old people will leave these out. Like I found one at like a rest stop somewhere in like Ohio.
Oh, like you actually found them like on
most
the
of these
street,
I've
not just
found in the
stores.
wild. Correct. Like I went to the grocery store. My most recent one was somebody goofed, and I have chick tracts seeking vision, and it's like I saw the text in the little comic, and I was like, oh I did the Invasion of the Body Snatcher stare. I was like, oh, and like I went and I grabbed it because they're so hilariously evil. But all that's to say that like the absolute grip that like the Satanic Panic D&D that had on culture at the time is crazy.
Yeah.
I think Connor's dad gives out copies of the Dark Dungeons at Gen Con from like his booth as like a little tongue-in-cheek thing, because it's like very funny to give those out at a table.
That he does that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. I don't get how it's weird, like just being like, I feel like a pretty normal adult for the most part, like not socially, but like I don't know, I can see stuff like Dungeons and Dragons and know that it's like just a game, or like my thing when I was like a little kid was fucking, what's it? I'm stupid. Pokemon. Right. Was like the thing when I was a kid, and like when I was I went to a Christian school when I was in elementary, like my elementary years, and they were like banned just like outright from the school. We couldn't have Pokemon cards, couldn't like trade them, couldn't anything. And when we were told why, they said that it's because Pokemon evolve. When you level them up, the term in the game and stuff is Pokemon evolve.
Right.
And I knew about the evolution, like Charles Darwin evolution and stuff, but I literally had not made that connection between Pokemon and like real life evolution until that was pointed out to me when they banned it. And I was just like, if you guys just didn't say anything, I wouldn't have known. Like, I just would have kept, it's like because of you guys, like I'm still fucking playing Pokemon when I'm at home. Yeah, it's the fucking 90s and I'm 6 years old. I'm going to be playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
So it's not like it stopped me from playing it. And it's like, okay, now I know that that's a thing. And so what? Even if you do know what evolution is, that's not how evolution works in Pokemon. It's not like you train Pokemon for millions of years and then they slowly adapt. They breed and they slowly like. It's just a word. It's just like a term that they use for like
game.
Yeah, they could have just called it transforming. They're transforming. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Oh, they would hate that too.
It's just a word. Oh yeah, they're transgendering.
They definitely ban it.
Oh
they're
my
transitioning
god!
to something else.
Sequel game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funny you mentioned that because like I went somewhere with Chloe and her sister and brother-in-law, and we were talking about those like silly band bracelets and how when I was in like middle school, like early high school. They were these different gel colored bracelets. And the idea was that if like each color meant something different, and if you like broke someone's bracelet, it meant that they had to do that. So it would be like red would be kiss. And then like there were different colors of different like varying degrees of like sexual acts. And it was like if you broke the black one, it was like you had to have sex or whatever.
We call these fuck bracelets in Norway. Like the kids call them fuck bracelets.
You guys were more upfront.
Yeah.
Wow.
We tried to be like subtle with it a little bit.
Trying to be discreet,
But a lot of people that I knew they wore them because they were cute bracelets. And it's like there was like a whole like the kids in my class wouldn't have even known what that meant unless an adult was like, hey, why are you wearing that black bracelet? Is it because you give blowjobs? And the kid's like, what? What? But it's like, yeah, it's like that same phenomenon where I think parents want to believe that their kids are doing these like secret dark evil things because that's what they suspect that the youth do anyway, that they'll like project it onto them. Or it's like the whole like razor blades and candy or the knockout game or like rainbow parties. That was like another one where it was like girls wear different colored lipsticks and then they like blow a guy and then it's like they make a rainbow pattern on his dick. I think parents are just like projecting their weird sexual shit onto like the kids and assuming that they're doing it. And it's like,
I've never heard of anyone doing any of these things in real life.
Yeah, no, but they were all, you turn on the local news and it's like, they're calling it rainbow parties where kids all gather together and put on different, and it's just like, news broadcasters are like scaring parents with this shit and kids have no idea what it is. So it's just like, I'm sure it's the same with like a game like D&D where it's like, I'm an elf, I'm a barbarian, I roll to attack, and it's like, this is the devil, this is Satan.
I mean, that's essentially what like what Fox News does when it's like brain poisoning your grandpa sitting in his lounge chair for 8 hours a day. Just twisting anything into like malevolence, like taking anything and like just putting an evil twist on. It's like, why? Like, I'm just gonna sound like such a nerd here, but there's already so much like evil in the world. Why do you need to make stuff up? Like, why do you need to like add more where it doesn't exist? Like, it's not hard to find bad stuff going on in the world or like actual like bad people. I don't know. It's just, and that, I mean,
it's always the stuff you don't.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
I was just gonna say it's always the stuff like they don't get or they're not into, like that you have to create these narratives around.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I don't play those games, so there must be wrong with this group of people who does play these games.
Yeah, exactly. But then it's like you like play any like game or just like engage with any aspect of, I don't know, like nerd culture or whatever, like, you know, you're aware of like what Pokemon is or Dungeons and Dragons. It's just like, yeah, it's just a thing. It's just a game. You play pretend. So what? It's so stupid. And also,
And then,
like,
yeah, well-
again, it had nothing to do with the actual story. It was just, they just didn't want to
No.
face like, oh, we got to actually talk about like
Mental
like,
health.
maybe kids' mental health isn't the best. Like, oh, that's
Well, that's
sad.
not a fun movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't make for a fun movie.
But it's also like parents don't want to engage with that shit, and you know, I'm assuming it's like a familial thing where it's just like, yeah, my dad was quiet and he beat the shit out of us, but he put food on the table and he didn't complain about nothing. So I'm not gonna do that, and you're not gonna do it either. And it's just like, a kid's just like, well, I don't know, I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel good about anything. Like, I'm having these dark thoughts and feelings. And instead of just like, okay, well, like, let's talk about it, like in an open way for you to express yourself, you're just like, nah, it's because of the dice. It's because of the devil game. That's what it really is. It can't be anything else. I mean, it's you know, it's like, you know, like women are just hysterical. It's hysteria. So like we gotta like lock them away. Mm-hmm. It's like, or like lobotomizing people. Just like, it's such an archaic, shitty, evil way of handling anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's they don't want to hear like, yeah, they're like, yeah, my dad beat the shit out of me, but he put food on the table. It's like, yo, my dad didn't do that, and he took care of us. Like, that's also an option. You know, it's a thing that exists. Okay, but I guess let's get into the movie itself.
Yeah.
But still, I guess talking about the real thing a little bit, because there is a weird switch that happens in this movie. I don't know like how blind you guys went into it, because I did know, or like I was pretty sure that I knew that Tom Hanks was, I mean, I knew he was the lead, but I was like pretty sure that he was the one who like snapped or whatever. But the first like maybe like 30 minutes of the movie or whatever, it seems like it's gonna be, is his name JJ?
JJ, the young one.
It's JJ.
Yeah.
JJ.
It seems like it's gonna be him, because he's like depressed and like he goes into the caves to kill himself, which is what the kid did,
Right.
like, or what he tried to do. And also like he is the analog of the actual person, because he was like a boy genius. That kid like went to MSU when he was like 16 or something, which is like the JJ. It was like the same thing. And he was like depressed. So it's kind of weird that it like starts on him, and then they play the game in the caves, and he's like, "Oh, I'm having a great time now. My you know, depression is cured." And then Tom Hanks comes out of nowhere, and he's like, "Ah, the monsters!" The like one monster they made for the movie. Yeah. And it totally flips on like, okay, now he's the one, and it's just the one thing. It's like they go into the cave and they play like once or twice. I think maybe it's the second time they play, and he like
Is it
thinks he
just
sees the
once?
monster.
Yeah.
Is
he
it the
snaps,
first
like,
time?
Immediately. I think
Okay.
so.
and then he's
I
just
think they
completely
play once more after that, but first
maybe.
is the monster.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
he sees the
play
monster.
again, but he's like fully in what's his character's name, like Penduin or something like that,
Purdue?
the
Purdue,
holy man.
Glacier, has someone placed a spell of forgetfulness on you? I am Pardue, the holy man.
Something like that.
He's just fully in it. I loved every time he was like just in a normal setting, like when he was just walking through New York and like talking to people in his character's voice. That was great. And I will say something that so I have this one on DVD, so I watched it on DVD, and it sucks I won't be able to like screen capture this for the thing or anything, so just take my word for it. But and this is a super niche reference anyways, but this has like the most amateur DVD menu I've like ever seen. It like I no lie, the Ungrateful Dead, our movie, has a more like intuitive DVD menu and like a more involved DVD menu than this one. It's literally just play scenes, and there's only 4 chapters that you can pick. And I don't even think
Oh my
it's the
God.
whole movie. I think it's just the first 4 chapters.
Oh, so they just like stopped
So, like-
doing chapter indicators after like a certain point?
Yeah, like there's more, but you can't select any past the first one.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
There is a Blu-ray of this that got put out.
Yep.
It's
See
like
that.
How?
$40.
$40.
Yeah. I wonder what the picture quality is like.
It's not great. Well, the Blu-ray, yeah, I don't know, better, but
Like, because like I watched this. I think this was one of those movies that was like free on Plex. Like we didn't even have to go through any other like alternate channels. I'll say. And yeah,
I had to.
it looked not awesome.
yeah,
Like I mean, it's a made-for-TV movie, so like it had that look to it.
yeah. There's a scene where the girl is looking. She like goes back into the caves to look for, maybe it's Tom Hanks, and she just got like a torch or whatever, and it was just like black for like 3
I didn't see
minutes.
shit. Yeah.
I couldn't see anything at all.
Yeah.
It was so weak. I also noted that with this movie that that lady is also the wife in the Santa Claus. So I noted that with this movie and that, she doinked Woody and Buzz.
Oh.
You are just really finding the real tie-in.
I mean, this is what happens when there's
Good for
movies
her.
like this. It's just like I'm finding other avenues of like entertainment and other things to talk about.
She's living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Woody and Bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a ton of notes because I was, for the most part, pretty profoundly bored watching
I'm
this
so bored,
movie.
but I have so many notes anyway because I try to be like, I don't know what to say about this movie, so I have
I
to
think-
note stuff down.
Okay.
I think once we got away
I
from
was
like
enchanted.
Yeah, you loved it probably. This isn't a dud for you.
Enchanted, like you couldn't tell, like Enchanted, like Tom Hanks was enchanted in the movie, and like thought
She
it
was
was
zoning
real.
out.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
literally, I think once
Just something like that.
once we got to New York City and the Twin Towers showed up, I was like snapped out of my fears.
Oh my god, the 2 towers.
When I understood
And they're
that
like,
they were
"It's
going to go to
Tolkien."
the Twin Towers, I was so excited.
I was like,
I was-
oh, okay, this is interesting now. Like for my own selfish
I
reasons.
had to ask the question. Like, obviously, they were thinking, like, Lord of the Rings, but were the Twin Towers not, like, a known landmark prior to 9/11?
Well,
Because
it
I
took
was
the kids
immediately
so long
like,
to-
he's in New York.
Yeah.
Twin Towers. And I'm like, was it not as well known then? So, like, they didn't think about it?
I don't know. And those, at least one of the kids, if not all, if not more, lived in New York, like New York City. Like
Yeah,
when they,
JJ
at the
lived there,
beginning,
yeah.
it shows them at
So-
their
Yeah,
house.
J-
so.
I think they must be because it's like the iconic skyline. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know if people went there to see it. But like,
Got something.
Like the-
else.
I was like the lack of security. Like, just ran up to the top of the Twin
That's-
Towers. I was like, imagine
Yeah.
that today. Well, you
Yeah.
can't, but
What a time.
like,
But, yeah.
anywhere
No, I
else.
mean, like, I think like you hear people that flew pre 9/11, like this is like pre TSA. I think it was
Mhm.
just, I think it was
you just went
like
to the
Wild
gate.
West.
People could just meet
Yeah,
you
you
at
just-
the gate. I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like everyone was just like, well, yeah, why not? Who
Yeah.
in their right mind would do something like this, right? And they're just like, yeah, just go on through. There's the gate. Yeah, I think there's a lot of movies like from the 80s and the 90s. So it's like if it's set in New York City, the 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 11, there will be a
damn.
there will be like, you know, like a helicopter like crane shot of the skyline, and like the World Trade Center will like always be in it. I think it was like that was just like the iconography of the city. So I do think it was like in popular culture, because like I think it was like there was like offices and like businesses, but I think there were also like a ton of like restaurants and like shops and like malls and it was like a place that people went.
Oh, I didn't know they had malls and stuff, or like shops.
Yeah, I think like lower levels. Yeah, that's a lot of like I think of what is it now? The Willis Tower in Chicago, which is their like tallest skyscraper. It's kind of the same thing where like the lower floors are like, yeah, a lot of food places, shopping, that kind of stuff. It's kind of because like when you have landmarks like that, like sure they're built for whatever business, but they're also landmarks, so they're kind of tourist attractions in themselves. So, yeah, when they made the connection to the Twin Towers and you see them like in New York, I was like, I desperately want somebody to like splice together like Gollum like falling into the into the lava with the ring and then like putting in like the Eye of Sauron on top of one of the World Trade Centers, and then like as the ring melts, you show like the footage of it collapsing.
Oh no! And then you cut to the scene in this movie where Tom Hanks is like, JJ, what am I doing here?
JJ, what am I doing here?
Yeah, showing the TV movie nature of this, the fucking theme song was awful. I hated it so much, and it played a few times, and it was so like, yeah, like
loud and long.
Yeah, yes. And I was like, what vibe is this going for? Because this isn't, and I wasn't expecting it to be a horror movie in the sense that the other ones were, but it's like, this feels like it's trying to like not even be like a suspense or like anything. It feels like it's trying to be something completely different.
It's like a genre of its own. Like, what genre is this? I don't even know.
I mean,
because even the vibes change so much, like from the first half to the second half.
Yeah,
it has the feeling of
what is this?
It has the feeling of like an after-school special.
Yeah,
is this movie
or like a
trying to
tale.
warn you against Dungeons and Dragons, or is this movie like trying to say that it's fun to play?
It doesn't really seem to like take a stance to me.
Who can say?
Seeing them in the cave, I was like, that's fucking sick. That would be so cool.
Like, JJ is an amazing game master. I'll give him that. Like, how
really
do you put this together?
Yeah. That's so cool.
I'd love to go.
Yeah. I going back to the World Trade Center thing, I forgot. I wrote down, "Sir, a second eagle has hit Barad-dûr." That's one of the towers. From Lord of the Rings.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. I don't know what
I don't have
to
a lot
take.
of notes about the movie, so this is like what I have to talk about.
This is one of those movies
my
where
food is here, so like the less we talk about it, the better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I think this is one of.
I wrote so many notes.
Me too.
I think this is one where like the interesting stuff about it is all of like the stuff that's on the periphery around it and like the story behind it, because otherwise it's just like sort of a boring TV made for TV movie that like that was my takeaway from it until like the very ending, which is maybe one of like the most bleak like endings I've seen for something where I was just like, oh, that's like really, really like
he's just
exceptionally
fucked up
sad.
for life. He's just gonna live like this. And then them going to like play the game.
Take it seriously.
No, he was cute when they play with him for the last time.
You can take it seriously.
Yeah, but why? For the last time, that's where they get me. It's like, so you just found out your friend that you begged to be in this game is going to be like this for life.
The game that broke his brain
this last time, and then you never visit again. Ever.
You're like, nah, we can't handle this guy.
Yeah,
Robbie's such a bad hang now.
Bye. Like, I feel like if you do that to someone, you should have to at least come do like a yearly game with him.
I was thinking monthly, like do something.
Like, What do you mean that's the last time you saw him?
I had a similar thought of like, yeah, they kind of, I don't know, they owe him or whatever, that is kind of shitty. But now thinking about it again and just knowing that this movie is, supposed to be like a cautionary tale, is the idea that like they never play Mazes and Monsters again, period, because this happened to them and now they're like, it's evil. This is satanic and evil. We can't play this again. And that's the moral of the story. That's the lesson.
I think so, because they said they play one last
Still
game
shitty, but
with him. Like, maybe they come to see him for other purposes.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Probably not.
I don't know, because I feel like if you don't have your brother leave in a traumatic way, then you can play D&D or Mazes and Monsters. I feel like
I know. I'm just saying.
Like, no one else had that specific setup. Like, I feel like this is that guy had some mental issues
already.
Right.
Not normal people can't handle this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were going for. I don't know if they knew what they were going for.
That's definitely like how it feels like. Just thinking about the shit normally, but I just knowing that like what the agenda of the movie is to paint this as being bad. I'm like, yeah, I think it's like now they're saved, and this is Tom Hanks in hell at the end of the chick track or whatever, and they're all saved, and they're not gonna play pretend
it just
games
felt
anymore.
like such an unclear agenda. I'm like, it doesn't even feel strong enough to say that this is bad. It just
I kind of agree. Yeah,
I don't know.
And like they're all like really,
I wouldn't have known.
Like good friends. Other than that, like they put aside everything and use their knowledge of the game and like lore to track him down or whatever. They're like, oh, what would his character do? So it's not just like it would seem a bit more damning maybe if like once he goes missing, it's like the kids are kind of out of the picture or they're useless because they're just fucking satanic nerds. Let the cops handle this.
Yeah, but
no,
like
it's like it's all
kids.
on them. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? When he calls them, I was gonna say when he calls them from New York, and he's like, "Oh, Kate, I think I killed someone. There's blood all over. I have a knife." And she's like, "Can't you just walk to JJ's mom's house?" What? Sorry, what? Like you're gonna let him wander the streets to this random woman's home? He's clearly
he's
having
never
a
met.
mental
And,
call 911.
Yeah. Or like go find him there. Be like, don't move. Just sit down. We'll be there as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, even if they'd had like the other kids in danger of getting like too into it, like you had JJ right on the edge. If you were gonna push a Mazes and Monsters is dangerous agenda, I feel like you would have had to have like the other kids getting like too into it, and this being there like, oh, we had to stop because we were all almost ruined by it. But it wasn't that. So I'm like,
I totally thought that when he kills the monster in the cave, it was going to do a thing where it was actually one of them.
Yeah.
And like he actually like stabbed them and killed them, and then he's like, oh, now I got to hide the body, and then like that is what makes him snap, because he like killed somebody, and then the toll of like, and not just like he just imagined something and that made him snap. It wouldn't have made more sense if like he killed somebody and then the mental trauma of killing somebody made him snap.
Yeah, like he has to double down, or it's like, it's like he has to fall deeper into the fantasy because facing the reality of what he did is like too difficult.
Exactly, right? Does that like make more like logical sense? Like let us write these like propaganda for stuff we don't believe in. We're much better at it than these guys. And also like when not that I was expecting this to be any other way, but like they're like when they're playing the game like normally, just like at the table the couple times, and the guy's just like describing everything. They don't do perception checks. They don't do saving throws. The guy's like, I jump into the pit, and they're like, oh, there was spikes, so you're dead. And like he doesn't get to do a death saving throw. He's not going to say roll for acrobatics or anything.
It's not just following the rules.
Well, again, I'm not surprised that these guys aren't familiar with the ins and outs of Dungeons and Dragons mechanics, but it's like this seems like just a fucking boring game. It's just they the maze controller just tells them everything.
Yeah.
And and then
it's like extremely on rails.
Yeah, very on rails, yeah.
Was it ever explained, this is so random, was it ever explained why JJ wear a lot of weird hats?
No.
Or was that just a character trait?
No.
I think he's just a weird dude.
Yeah.
Because he's just 16, right? Because I remember the exposure at the beginning where it's like,
yeah.
Oh, yes, you have an IQ of 190, so you're doing so well in college. Okay, great. Thanks for telling me that. Now I know why the child is here.
Well, you have an IQ of 190. I don't suppose it matters if you're that tall.
I love his bird.
Oh yeah, the bird. Yeah, the bird's good. Yeah,
birds don't talk.
The bird that says birds don't talk.
Yeah.
Another totally random added thing. It's like the hats and the bird. Like, what is this character?
Also, his mom redesigning his room and
into a fucking mental ward.
Like, what is this? Why do
she made his room the ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Oh. I was thinking of what is it called? Like the Imaginarium and
from Community.
Yeah. Like Abed's room.
Also, isn't she randomly British and he's not?
Was she British?
I don't even.
I think she had some weird voice at least.
I wrote down someone's mom was British, but they were not. And I was very confused about it.
Someone's mom was British.
They were not.
That's how it was written in the script. They were just like, someone's mom has to be British.
It's one of you take on a British accent.
It's like Nicolas Cage in Vampire's Kiss, where he's like kind of oscillating between.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, it wasn't straight up British, but it was definitely like, it was like half British, half. Yeah.
I was gonna say though, when you were talking about like the mechanics of the game, I grabbed the Dark Dungeons chick tract, and that is exactly how it goes in the chick tract too.
Oh, nice.
She says, "Okay, wizard, cast your spell," and then she says, "Okay, dungeon master, my spell of light blinds the monster," and then she says, "The thief Blackleaf did not find the poison trap, and I declare her dead." And then she says, "No, not Blackleaf. No, I'm going to die. Don't make me quit the game. Please don't. Somebody save me. You can't do this." And then the other girl says, "Marcy, get out of here. You're dead. You don't exist anymore."
Is this the girl that kills herself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she goes and visits, No, the one girl kills herself. Marcy or whatever does. Debbie, though, gets...
Yeah.
She's like, "Debbie, your cleric has been raised to the 8th level. I think it's time that you learn how to really cast spells." And that's when she takes her to like the occult, where she learns how to cast magic in real life.
Looks fun.
God, I wish D&D was like
I know,
this.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds
so
cool.
much cooler.
Yeah.
It's like these cautionary tales about like how it'll turn you into like an occult worshipping like devil or whatever. You're like, no, that sounds awesome. Why are you making it look so cool?
Yeah.
I also thought like these people would be like, like losers, because I don't know, I feel like the movie would try to make them seem like total nerds with no friends. But again, JJ and his parties, what's going on? He really pulls through. There's like 100 people at his parties.
Yeah, everybody knows he's like the guy with the hat. We're like, we gotta see what that guy's up
And
to.
the bird.
What hat's he wearing tonight? I gotta know.
It was so... and he's 16. Why is he the ultimate party thrower of this college?
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. What? Oh, yeah. I was gonna say they're socially well liked. It seems at school.
Yeah.
But I guess the whole reason that they did the little bits with like showing them all at their homes at the beginning was to set up. Although I didn't really get that this was, again, just with the kind of the whole message of the movie being a little murky in general. I mean, maybe that's just the sign of like a bad director, really. If you're trying to like make some like anti D&D propaganda or whatever, but you're like not a good storyteller, it's just going to kind of come out kind of murky. But that was to highlight that they're all like dysfunctional, that they have like bad family, like home lives. And I was just like, I mean, yeah, they like maybe argue with their parents a little bit, but like every kid does that. Like it didn't seem like especially like bad families, just kind of normal for the time, really. But that was to set up that they're all messed up, and that's why they play mazes and monsters. It's because they have bad home lives and they need to retreat to, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you said, they're
even though in the
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even though in the end they all end up following like what they told their parents they wanted to do, even though their parents didn't like agree with it. Like the girl writes her book and the guy does the degree he wants, and I'm like, if that's to set up like they're terrible, so the parents were the problem. Is that our moral there?
Or did they achieve all those
I'm
things
like,
because they stopped playing the game?
The things they truly wanted.
Because it had been 3 months, and she had wrote a book or whatever.
Yeah, Robbie was like, it's actually this movie is about how having a friend that sucks brings everybody down. Like, yeah, I think it's like it's full of half measures. Like it doesn't go far enough in either way to like. It's just like, oh, he has a bad home life, but it's not like that bad. It's just like, yeah, you disagree with your parents sometimes, or your parents have expectations of you in a certain way that maybe you don't really agree with. And it's like, that's like normal stuff. But then, it doesn't really go either way. It's like, but then because of that, they go play D&D and they play in a cave a couple times, but then they also like are social and have parties and are well liked by their community. So it's like, what are you trying to, is the moral of your movie that like sometimes events happen in a certain order? Like there's nothing
Maybe the point
there.
is that
that take.
D&D was the only problem. Like other than that, it was pretty okay. They had something good going.
Or, you know, partying and drinking is bad too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you know, maybe that wasn't supposed to be like a good thing.
But they look like they're having fun.
Right, yeah.
No one died. No one got too drunk.
Yeah. That's what they need. They need to have like multiple like party scenes, and every time somebody like OD'd and died. Like, yeah, but we got to keep doing them. Because we love
just see someone get carried out on a stretcher every party.
Like a punchline to like ending to every party.
There's
scene.
less and less people attending the parties.
yeah.
And then it's just the four.
Oh,
of them
you know
left.
the party's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they turned the whole campus into a ghost town from all their partying. I mean, do you guys still have more? I'm interested. You guys said you like took a bunch of notes, so.
Yeah, but it's like kind of little things. It's like everything when it's something on screen, I take like a note. So I'm just like, oh no, poor Robbie's lost in New York City. It's stuff like that, you know. Stuff we kind of.
I see.
And I was like, is Robbie dressed as E.T. for this Halloween party? He had like a blanket over his head, and that was it. I don't know what he was going for.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I think it was just showing depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you have, Peyton?
Yeah. So many of my notes were random. Like, one of the notes I wrote down was like, why can none of these kids act but the girl? And like JJ, I think is my favorite, but I'm like, this kid cannot act.
No.
Yeah.
This is so sad.
Yeah.
And then I made note of the little love triangle because that felt so genuine to me, like in a nerd friend group. It's like,
sure.
oh, she's dating this guy. And then the casual switch to this one, and everyone's just like, you know, that's just how it is.
That's something I
forgot to say
yeah.
as well, the little montage when Kate and Robbie start to get to know each other and start dating is so cheesy. It looks like it's from like a VAM music video or something. It's like, it's so cheesy.
Yeah, incredibly.
It felt like it should have been a different movie.
And that's where it plays the theme song again, like, we're best friends, or whatever. It's like, me and my friends.
Spot on.
Yeah, I guess that does kind of feel like a friend group kind of romance, but the fact that it's like literally the next scene, like Robbie breaks up with her, or sorry, the whole Panduin, the holy man, breaks up with her.
Yeah,
he has to be chased or whatever. Just again, like anytime him interacting with just like somebody out of the game was great. Like, I can't be with you. It's not right.
I can't touch
like,
you anymore.
She's like, yeah, I can't touch you. Yeah. She's all upset, and then like literally the next scene with her, she's talking with the other guy. See this? Yeah, the blonde guy is the one that he's the most throwaway character. I feel like the three, JJ,
yeah,
Robbie, and girl,
Kate.
Kate,
Yeah,
Katie,
yeah, Kate,
yeah,
Kate, I think
they're all like, you know, they feel like characters, and then the fourth guy's just there because they're like, yeah, well, it'd be weird. You can't do D&D with 3 people, so we'll just have this guy here. And then she's like, yeah, he broke up with me, and now I'm almost upset. And then he's just like, oh, I never noticed how pretty your eyes are. And she's like, oh, and like it instantly just like falls into his arms, basically.
But I was confused about the timeline because I think she says it's been over for a while. I'm like, how much time is supposed to have passed? I think I remember that, but I might be wrong.
I love the idea of Tom Hanks just being in Holy Man character for like a semester at school. They just don't address it for a while. They're just like, he's been acting kind of weird lately, but he's really good at D&D now, so. And that's all we wanted. That's all we wanted him for originally, so, you know.
Everybody wins.
He does this thing. Yeah.
Oh.
What else do you... did you have more notes? Babe?
I don't have more notes, but I was going to say I do have the movie up on the other screen kind of scrubbing around. And I do think it does have a little bit of a stance now. And that's through the framing of the very special guest that's in this that I thought was going to be in it more and he wasn't. Murray Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
Who is probably most known for being the mayor from Amityville in Jaws.
Just Amity.
That's like, oh, is it just Amity? Oh,
Amityville is
the Amityville horror. That's right. But yeah, I just kind of went to a random spot, and this is like after Robbie's break, and he like disappears or whatever. But there's like an exchange that he has with it's JJ, where they're like talking about the game, and he's just like, I think you guys got carried away and killed him, and Mazes and Monsters is far out. Games, swords, poison spells, battles, maiming, killing. So I think Murray Hamilton's character, but I think that's the last time you see him. I don't think you see him after that. So it's just like Murray Hamilton is there to like basically propose the idea that like maybe it's more than just a game. Maybe it's more than just imagination. And then he says, I'll be talking to you. And then he walks away and like the scene ends and then like that's it. That's really all you get. So it's like we were talking about, the ideas are there, but it never really makes a statement or takes a stance on anything.
He's essentially
so maybe it's just look into it.
Yeah. He's basically the equivalent of the detective in real life who like tried finding the kid, didn't find him or figure out anything, and then just said, I think it's because of D&D. That's basically what Murray Hamilton did.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Because he didn't find Robbie. That was all on the kids. They were the ones who, you know, saved him and stuff.
Speaking of their expert police work, we never get any resolution with his missing brother either, do we?
Do we just assume he's dead?
Yeah, I thought they don't say that I thought they did say that he died, or like they found out that he died. I don't know. I could be.
I don't remember
Wasn't
that, but
the last thing we heard that like
I'm not super
Robbie gave him
confident
money
in any of my takes.
Yeah. I thought Robbie gave him the money in New York, and then
to New York.
Yeah, just never saw him again.
Okay. Find the Great Hall. Did they name his brother Hall just so they could have another, like, you could call it the Great Hall and maybe not know what he's talking about? Because I think I've heard that as a first name before, but it's not that common. I have a couple lines. I think I think that's the last of my notes, really. That I like when I'm pretty sure it's Robbie in both cases who like he tells them about the cave underground, whatever, and he's like, keep it a secret. Don't tell anyone. Do not tell anyone. This needs to be secret. We're gonna get expelled if people find out. Next scene, Robbie goes to one of his professors and is like, "Hey, can I borrow this skeleton? It's for a game of D&D that I want to play in the caves under the school." Like
it's JJ.
He breaks his own rule instantly.
It's the JJ who does that, but yeah, that's funny.
Wait, is that
because
no,
JJ sets it up?
Yeah.
Did I say Robbie?
Yeah, you said Robbie.
Yeah, it's JJ.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I meant JJ. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
And then the other one was, I think, at the end of when they play in the caves, and Kate like does.
The most frightening monsters are the ones that exist in our minds.
And I was waiting for like the part where she like smiles and they all kind of like laugh, like ha ha ha, that's funny. But she doesn't, and it's like, oh, okay, that was supposed to be serious, I guess. I guess that was not supposed to be corny as shit.
But that's another like, that's more like a mental health thing then. There's just not the game itself being the problem.
Yeah, it does go in line again with the whole theme of the movie, but it was just so incredibly on the nose that I was like, okay, come on, they're at least gonna like break kayfabe here, right? They're gonna be like, yeah, okay, we're being a little cheeky here, but no, nope, the scene ends.
I like when they're LARPing in the cave and they see the skeleton, and Kate is like, she gets to ask 2 questions or whatever, and she's like, is the skeleton evil? I don't know why, but I found it really funny. Like, yeah, he looks evil as shit. It's just like dangling.
I think the last relevant thing I wrote down was that I thought there were so many like weird and unclear skip scenes. Like the transitions of some of the scenes were so strange.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if it's because this was made for TV and like the commercials
could be
it more clear, but
yeah.
But I was just watching it and I was like, what? Why are we suddenly skip? Okay.
Yeah.
Guess we're here now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably what it is, where like there's like awkward like fade to blacks, and then it's like you come back and it's like a completely different scene, and it's like, yeah, you're supposed to watch like Ovaltine commercials in between this.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right. Well, do we want to rank JJ's hats? Do we want to do a tier list
and
of
then go into
I don't remember any of them except for the hard hat. That's all I remember.
I liked his cowboy hat
like
at one point.
Safari Explorer. Yeah, his big ass cowboy hat. That was good. That might actually be my favorite. If we're going, let's see.
I wrote down the cowboy hat was cute, so I think that's the one I remember that I liked the most.
That one might be my favorite. I like the it was like a German like World War I like pike helmet. Like this, that was like the one in the first scene you see him in. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Explorer hat was good. I know there's more. That like he had like 10 at least.
Did we ever see him without a hat?
I don't think he has a hat on like at the end when they're like in the World Trade Center and stuff, right? I don't think so. Or
a pilot hat.
Or if it is, it's a normal hat.
So maybe that's the moral of the movie is don't wear dumb hats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then he has a tweed fedora.
Yeah.
He's got the little aviator outfit that he wears a couple times.
Yeah, that's the pilot one that I was thinking about.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like
that's cute.
Yeah, speaking of like weird transitions, where like I'm sure that it's intended that there's more time in between it, but I swear there's at least one scene where he's like, all right, I'm going to go out and go do this thing. And then it cuts and he's leaving his apartment or whatever. And he's fully decked out in the pilot gear when he was just wearing normal clothes before that. Like, so he had to throw on the pilot gear, the aviator costume to go talk to his friends or whatever. Yeah, this is great. There's a picture like of them from the movie. And they're all like, they're gathered around just the normal board. And they all just look normal. And then there's JJ with his big ass cowboy hat.
I feel like the ones I remember, the aviation hat was like my third favorite, and then the construction hat, like the hard hat, because I don't what's going on, and then the cowboy hat was like my favorite. It was really cute.
Yeah, the cowboy hat's got to be the best for sure. So he has did he have a Sherlock Holmes, whatever you want to call those?
Yeah, like a cap thing. Yeah.
Where it like comes up like that. Yeah. Okay.
I think this might be the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it might be. Nick pitched that as like a total joke, and then we're like, no, we you're giving us you're giving us something to talk about. Yeah. We get to go into wrap ups then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll start us off. I do think that it's fun to talk about. Like I had fun with the conversation, but the movie itself, if it wasn't obvious from like how I was saying that there was nothing to talk about, I think it's a dud. Tom Hanks going nutty is like the most entertaining part. I will say the first, honestly, it kind of. I didn't really talk about this. I didn't think about it until now, but I remember watching it and thinking that like where the movie kind of splits and changes direction, it almost feels like it should be backwards to where like the later stuff is more entertaining because again, you got the Tom Hanks and the World Trade Center, like New York, going kind of crazy. And while that was like the funniest aspect to it, I guess, I was like the first half, I was actually kind of engaged with this movie pretty actively. Like I don't remember anything in particular, but I was just engaged with I was so fascinated by the idea of like an anti D&D movie that I was really like, I was following it fairly closely.
Yeah.
But then like the second half, I'm just like, cause he like disappears for a little while and it's just kind of, I feel like it goes back and forth a lot where they're like, oh, where is it? We need to find him. Where is he? It just, it gets really like muddy in that, that second half. So despite that being the funnier half, it was the more boring half. I still wouldn't call that first half good, but I was just more interested. I in what was going on. Just by nature of how silly I felt the entire concept was. But yeah, on our scale, it's a dud.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I was checked out pretty quickly. And I think what would have made this more entertaining, maybe more of a spud instead of a dud, would have been if it had like picked a side. And I think if you're trying to make like a anti like D&D satanic panic movie, which I'm still sort of unsure of the intent of the director if that's what he was going, I think in this case, I think I'm leaning more towards maybe like a mental health movie just because of that like ending scene where it's just like really bleak and sad and it's just like, yeah, he had a mental breakdown and he's like the character forever. I don't know. I think it needed to like lean a little bit more towards like, this is like Satan and the devil, and if you do this, like bad things are going to happen to you. And I think it just needed to be wackier and sillier. But instead, it's just kind of like this middle of the road made for TV movie that it's like an interesting artifact because Tom Hanks is in it, and you do get some like classic Hanks at the end, especially when he's like about to jump off the building, and he kind of does that the delivery of like, JJ, why am I here? Like it's like. It's like, yeah, there it is. He like sounds the same, which is so funny. Like,
especially when he yells.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, it's Woody. But yeah, all that said, like I was pretty bored throughout most of this. So yeah, that's a dud for me as well.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same thing as you guys have been saying. It was just kind of dull. It never like went all out to make it like entertaining enough. I was also pretty checked out for most of it. I think it would have been more fun if we got to see like Tom Hanks being crazy for more of it, or like losing touch with reality and like maybe seeing the monster at school and like
more monsters or something. Yeah.
Like seeing other like of his classmates becoming monsters, or like seeing him have his break from reality at school with his friends, doing more with that, maybe even like hurting or killing some of his friends. I don't know, that would have been more entertaining. I kind of like the bleak ending. I like that it's not like a happy ending. I like that they played the game one last time together, I guess. But other than that, there's not much I liked about the movie. I like JJ and his hats. It had some maybe unintentionally funny dialogue, but I think, yeah, most of the fun came from how wooden and stiff like the acting was. But it still wasn't over the top bad enough to make it fun throughout the whole thing either. So it's definitely a dud for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Even I have to go dud. Like, as much fun as I have poking fun at it, and I did actually have another friend watch it who I play D&D with.
Oh,
so
nice.
We could shit talk it.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
But I mean,
that would make it more fun. Yeah.
Truly, it is like you watch it once, like it's not quite bad enough that like you're gonna rewatch it because of how bad it is.
Yeah.
It like you could shit talk it for a little bit, but I don't think it's one of those ones where you have value of getting to re-enjoy how ridiculous it is at every watch. I think it's bad but not bad enough. So yeah, dud.
I think, I never thought about it like that, but I think that's the signifier of a dud versus spud. Is it like, would I, like when you finish it, is your thought like, I really want to like watch it, like show this to like a friend so that we can laugh at it. And it's like, I don't really get that with this, But now that it is the end of our month, we get to pull from the cup again.
Oh man, that's been a while.
We are going to watch a movie from 1964 directed by one Stanley Kubrick, Dr. Strangelove, or
Hell yeah.
How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Have we done a Kubrick yet? I don't think so.
No, I think this is our first Kubrick.
Sweet.
Shit, yeah.
No, we did The Killing.
That's right.
This
is our first, I guess, modern canon Kubrick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Sweet. It's been a while since I've seen that, but cool. So watch Dr. Strangelove before the next episode if you don't want to be spoiled for it. These episodes come out on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. EST on YouTube in video form, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more in audio form. We also have social pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Once more, thanks to our guests for the horror month.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Always welcome. But yeah, now with all that said, I know I killed somebody. TJ. And with me as always.
Mazes and Monsters is far out. and I am Nick. And with us today.
Ida.
With you sometimes.
Oh.
Sorry. Go first.
Go for it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. You have to edit it.
Oh no.
It's
with
Ida?
you sometimes.
Damn it!
We were doing
Okay,
so well. We were doing pretty well.
Just go. Just go. I won't do it.
Do it.
Okay. I'm doing it.
Okay, go.
Peyton and Birds Don't Talk.
And Ida. Like it? I hate it!
Smooth. Very smooth. Good. Clean break. Good end. Nothing weird about that.